Sergio Romo. Sergio, man, I got to ask you about these young pitchers, man. Logan Gilbert, George Kirby. What are you seeing? What do you think of these young guys?
Oh, man, I think they're extremely talented. Obviously, they're getting an opportunity to show the world what they can do. But what I think is most impressive about them is their demeanor, their presence on the mound. They seem to have an idea of who they are and what they're trying to accomplish. So I think it's been pretty fun to watch them, just compete and to really start believing in themselves. So it's been fun.
And Sergio, you are known as having one of the filthiest sliders of all time, if I may say so.
Thank you.
To that young pitcher coming up, or to anyone inspiring to have a filthy slider, what is the keys to a great slider?
Well, first and foremost is conviction. You gotta trust your stuff and trust that, that what you're throwing with the right intent. That conviction to me is the difference between a ball hit to the warning track and a ball landing in the stands. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of it is not just with the slider. I think it's just pitching in general. If you can go out there with a sense of confidence, but yet pitch with conviction according to that confidence, I mean, it's a pretty gnarly combination, especially here in the league, especially with these young guys coming up. Everybody's throwing 95, to 100. So, it's been impressive to watch. And, like the conversations I've had with these young guys, it really is just figuring out who you are, trying to be that every day. That way, when you do something abnormal or you don't need to ask questions. You can answer your own. You already know what you need to do, the adjustment you need to make. So conviction and self-knowledge is pretty key.
Right on. And you obviously are a San Francisco Giants legend. Can't take that away. And you've had so many historic moments on the baseball field. Is there a favorite Giants memory? Is it getting the last? It's always the last out, right?
Being asked to be able to get the guy to get the last out in the World Series. It's kind of, one of those moments that it really doesn't get any bigger than that. Being one of those kids that was in the backyard playing catch with my dad, saying, "Hey, Dad, Game 7, World Series, 3-2 count." And it was me, and I would put myself on the mound and I actually got to live it. So that was definitely probably the most memorable moment. Other than and I got a couple Buster hugs in there. Those are pretty cool.
And I got to ask you as well, what did you think of Buster Posey retiring, and what did you think about that, and what is going to be the Buster Posey legacy, do you feel?
Well, I think a lot like of the rest of the baseball world, we were pretty surprised. I was to a certain extent, knowing Buster and having him, watching him play, grow up to the player that he became and the career that he had. It's hard to not sit there and say that, he's in the conversation, for top 10 catchers of all time. In my opinion, granted, I didn't play against, the all-time greats, but I did get a chance to see Buster work, and there's reasons why he was special, and there's reasons why he accomplished what he did, and still to this day, one of the most prepared teammate I've ever had. The guy knew everything about everybody, and every situation was never too big for him. So, and I think that's what people will remember him most. He was just ready for any moment, and come on, man, he always seemed to answer the call. So I think that'd be his legacy, is just being prepared. He was always ready to go.
Last one for you. I'm going to leave you with a fun one. Very serious one as well.
Very serious one.
What is the greatest baseball movie of all time, and why?
Sandlot. The Sandlot. For me, I can relate, most to that movie. Basically, I was a kid too, in summers and playing stickball with my friends and whatnot, and I had my moments too, getting chased by the beast, so to speak. May not have been as big as a dog as the beast, but I've had my moments being chased by that, so I'm going to say Sandlot.
Classic movie. Sergio, really appreciate it, man. Really appreciate it. Thank you, brother.